This is ISF, everyone. How's it going? Jason Carter here. Thank you so much for watching. And it's a celebratory time as Y100 is celebrating 50 years of keeping us grooving and jamming here in South Florida. They have absolutely become an indelible mark of the culture here in South Florida. And in studio with us today is someone else who is a legend in his own right, our good guy, Drew, for this week's What's New with Drew.
Thank you for having me. And you're a big part of the Y100 team as well. You contribute so much. We appreciate you having you on the show. And 50 years of hit music for Miami. Absolutely incredible. I mean, what's in your pocket right now? A cell phone. Y100's been around longer than your cell phone.
For sure. Well, longer than I've been alive.
Longer than you've been alive, for sure. Absolutely.
Totally.
But it's just that we've been doing this for so long. Last week we celebrated the 50th, and people were calling into the show. It's the memories. It's Y100's been a thing for generations, and hearing about the tickets that people won, remembering where they were when they won. And my mother, huge Y100 fan. You know my mom.
Of course. Shout out to Steph.
She's like, when I went to FAU, I used to answer my phone saying, "You're listening to the new sound of Y100 to win tickets." And she's like, half the time it was like my mom, no caller ID back then.
Right.
You're just answering the phone like that because Y100 had it like that. And 50 years later, people are still listening to the station. So we're super grateful.
We're super grateful for you though, Drew, because you're also celebrating 10 years with Y100. You yourself are an immovable part of the culture here in Miami.
I appreciate that.
And your father, who passed a couple years ago, knew that this was your future.
Yeah.
Knew that you were going to have success in radio.
He always told me, he was like, stick with it. Even when I was washing cars, I'm sleeping in studios, I'm getting people coffee he goes, just keep doing that, keep learning. And yeah, man, I think he'd be super proud right now.
He is super proud.
At 10 years, thank you. So yeah, I mean, listen, it's been an incredible run. 10 years, I just celebrated that last month. Cheers to another 10.
Nominated for Marconi Award this year as well. I mean,
yes. Also,
Brandon, confetti in the graphics.
This is wild. Nominated for a Marconi, that is huge. Second year in a row. It's like pinch me. I mean, again, doing the afternoon show, music director for my hometown station, the Marconi situation, 50 years. It's a lot. And by the way, I feel like it's Y100's birthday, and Taylor Swift was like, you know what? Y100's been giving 50 years of music to Miami. The least I can do is give 3 days of music.
Right, 3 days of music.
That's our birthday present.
Back to back. So let's talk about 3 dates.
Yeah.
Hard Rock, next October 2024. The Eras Tour has been killing it. Of course, she's making money hand over fist, but Taylor also gives back. People who have gone to the show have come away from the show a different person. That's how good the Eras Tour is.
I drove to Tampa to see the Eras Tour because there was no Miami date. And by the way, the other morning when she announced it, you could hear the Swifties screaming all over South Florida. It's like, finally.
Drew, people pulling over the 95, doing a dance, like shaking it off on the 95.
It was the whole thing. My DMs are in shambles, by the way. Everybody I know is like, I gotta get Taylor Swift tickets. We're working on it. We're working on getting tickets. 3 dates. She just announced that. I mean, the things that she's doing, it's just absolutely incredible. She also, did you hear about this Christmas in July?
Yes.
For her entire team? She
millions of dollars.
$55 million spread out through her dancers, even the truck drivers. The truck drivers got a $100,000 bonus. You know who didn't get bonus though?
Who?
Ticketmaster. That's who. Well, Ticketmaster did not get
Isn't it interesting how Taylor, much like Beyonce, not to include them, but we got to talk about the power that these women have to sway pop culture, to influencing, to make headlines, to be very thoughtful in what they do and buck the system. Taylor re-recording her album saying, okay, Scooter Braun, you want to mess with my artistry? Watch this.
Yeah.
Making money, again, hand over fist. So someone who's not having a Christmas in July right now, Drew, Lizzo.
Not a good time to be Lizzo.
Not a good time to be Lizzo. Of course, these allegations are a little heinous, a little egregious. You have 3 of her former dancers that are alleging some pretty, inappropriate behavior. I'm a little torn. Of course, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Right.
But they've made the rounds. They've appeared on every major morning news show and every news show telling their story with a very prominent attorney backing them up.
Yeah, you don't, if you're a fan of Lizzo, like we are, she's done such a great job of creating this world of inclusivity, and you don't want to believe that she's ostracizing her dancers. I mean, this is what Lizzo stands for, and this goes against everything that we know Lizzo to be. So I personally don't want to believe it. I want to wait for more details. I just want the full scope before I can really weigh in and go, okay, Lizzo, I'm judging you right now. You know what I mean?
I don't think we're gonna get that.
Yeah.
Lizzo, of course, she took to her social media and called these allegations sensationalized.
Right.
And is really saying, hey, that's not who I am. Videos of her doubling down on her message have also come to light. But we've had a former documentarian of her documentary that aired on HBO Max saying, yeah, she's a pretty bad person.
I know. You're right. We're not going to get the details.
No, but you know, we're going to continue celebrating Y100.
Sheesh.
50 years, man.
Crazy. And thank you so much for all that you contribute as well. We appreciate you for joining the show.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Always a fun time with you guys and everyone over there at Y100. Here's to being Miami's #1 hit music station for 50 more years.
Cheers.
And that's what's new
with Drew.
Boom!